Welcome to the show, Jim. Part of Left Field Investors, and he is invested in, I believe, 95 plus syndications. So he is far more of an expert on any of this than I am. So we're just super excited to have him. So Jim, why don't we go ahead and kick it off? And can you tell us a little bit about your background and your path to passive investing?
Yeah, it's a long and twisted path. I think I'm a full-time passive investor now. So this is career number 5, I think. I started off just in business, and I think kind of the theme throughout is education. I've always been interested in educating people. So as soon as I learned a little bit about my first job as a reinsurance underwriter, I started looking for ways to teach or mentor others. And so I worked in that business for about 11 years. And then I did what I always wanted to do is I became a high school teacher. And I did that for about 7 years. And I realized teachers are amazing. It's a super hard job. And I wanted to educate people, but I wanted people that were more interested in actually accepting the learning. In high school, I didn't want to learn either. So I get it. And then I moved on to become a financial advisor. And that's where a lot of things really opened up for me, because that's an education job as well. But I thought I knew everything about finance. As soon as I got my first job, right, I put the 16% into my 401k, maxing out. I was investing in mutual funds, stocks, all that stuff, because I was a finance major in college, and I knew the way to make money and become wealthy was the stock market. Had to be, right? But when I was a financial advisor, they started teaching us about money. And the more they taught me about money, and at the same time, I became an accidental landlord, because we built a new house, 2008. We couldn't sell it. So we just rented it, and I was managing the rental, and I hated it. But I was learning about money at the same time I was seeing how my real asset was performing, and light bulbs started going off. And so I realized that I wanted to get more real estate. And so I started buying more single family homes. I bought some multifamily homes, and slowly I realized that I always prided myself in advising my clients. I was getting into the same investments they were. But now I was getting so much into real estate that I couldn't really, I couldn't get them into real estate. One, I'm not licensed for it. 2, I don't make any money at it, right? So it was very difficult. And that's when I made the decision to go full-time into what I thought was passive investing, but it wasn't. It was active investing in turnkey properties and multifamily properties and Airbnb. And we flipped a house and made hundreds of dollars, which is not what you want to do when you're flipping out.
Sure.
So, finally, I realized that I wasn't a good asset manager. None of the properties cash flowed like I thought they would, but the market saved me. Everything, went way up in value because it was just such a hot market for everything. Yeah. So then I found syndications, and I thought, this might be it. This might be for me. So I sold all my active stuff, got into syndications, and that's where I feel like I finally found my spot. And that's where we started. Again, the education comes in. We started Left Field Investors. First of all, it was supposed to be a small mastermind